I got to choose between my child and my marriage. And the shit getting old. It's getting very old and frustrating.
Between your child and your marriage, what is you doing? I mean, like, what's going on?
I'm recording, man.
I ain't recording because you ain't dropping that shit. I don't give a damn about no Facebook, no YouTube, or nothing. No. And I don't care nothing about that. Because my thing is right here, you pay $500 a month. You can drop it. I'm going to put your business out there. You pay $500 fucking dollars a month in child support, and ain't nobody but doing no extra. No shoes, no clothes, no toys, no nothing. Fuck all that.
What you talking about, man? My son needs some shoes.
I don't give a damn. No, she can get the shoes out of child support money. She get the shoes out of child support money. That's what you pay child support for. The court ordered child support. You ain't got to do shit else. And she ain't gifting nothing else. She should have never took the fucking child support out if she needed more money.
You shouldn't feel like that, though, man.
Why shouldn't I feel like that?
That's my fucking child.
I don't fuck that child. Fuck you too. I don't give a damn about that.
What's good? Shout out to the Black Squad. I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Convos with Kenyatta. And you already know the deal. Before we get started, make sure you are following me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel here on YouTube. Click that subscribe button and then click that bell icon to make sure you are getting all notifications for when I drop a video or drop a short. Speaking of my shorts, I was glad to see that one of my shorts jumped up to 1,000 views. Last I checked it the other day, it was at about 230 something. I checked it. I just so happened to be scrolling through my videos and noticed it jumped up to 1,000. That joint I did about Benny Mardones and that song Into the Night where he singing about a 16-year-old girl. You know what I mean? It jumped up to 1,000 views. So I was like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. You go from 230 something to 1,000 overnight. That's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. So make sure you click that bell icon. Make sure you get all notifications. And if you like the content, support the content. Go ahead and bless the Cash App, $BLAXKSQUAD, or you can hit the PayPal. It is pinned to the top of the chat. And if you're watching it on the playback, it is also in the description box. All your contributions are greatly appreciated. And man, you saw it. You saw the video. You seen that little clip. You know, Shorty wilding out about the child support money and the brother wanting to do something for his child and all that. And it's so much to unpack here because there's layers to this because, you know, context matters. And you know, even though Shorty was definitely, she was speaking some truth. She was speaking some truth. But she crossed the line. She was speaking the truth, but she crossed the line. And clearly in this brother's situation, all of what Shorty was talking about wasn't called for. But we're going to run the video back and break it down real quick so you can see what I'm talking about.
And my marriage. And the shit getting old. It's getting very old and frustrating.
Now, right here, he's saying, you know, he's in a position where he feel like he got to choose between his child or his marriage. Now, first off, for any parent, that should be an easy choice. That should be an easy choice. If you're put in a position where this chick is making you feel like you got to choose between her or your child, then obviously you need to kick that bitch to the curb. But for the fact that he's saying that, obviously this ain't the first time this has been brought up. Obviously this has been an ongoing issue, and it's getting to the point now where he feel like he need to take it to the internet and try to do this video. And obviously Shorty wasn't having that. You know, I don't know what made him think that he was just gonna record this video in front of Shorty, talking about her like she wasn't even in the room and she wasn't gonna say nothing. Come on now. Come on now. Did you really think a black woman was just gonna sit there while you ran your mouth to the internet about her? Come on, man. Come on, man. You knew it was about to be an argument. You knew some shit was about to be said, bro. Congratulations, fam. You played yourself. All right. You know what I mean? But yeah, for me, and I think for damn near any parent out there, you put me in a position where I feel like I got to choose between you or my child. I'm choosing my child. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't even be. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. And yeah, in his situation, that's not his girl, that's his wife. So obviously it's a little harder to just walk away. You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk away. You gotta go through a divorce and, you know, paperwork and court and this chick trying to get any and everything she can out of you and all that. But for the sake of your child, I mean, if it's that serious, then that's what needs to be done. You know what I mean?
Your child in your marriage, what is you doing? I mean, like, what's going on?
I'm recording, man.
I ain't no recording because you ain't dropping that shit. I don't give a damn.
You know damn well her black ass don't give a damn you recording. Come on, fam. Like I said, congratulations. You played yourself.
No YouTube or nothing. No. Hey, I don't care nothing about that. Because my thing is right here. You pay $500 a month. You can drop it. I'm going to put your business out there. You pay $500 fucking dollars a month in child support. It ain't nobody but doing no extra. No shoes, no clothes, no toys, no nothing. Fuck all that.
What you talking about, man? My son needs some shoes.
I don't give a damn. No.
Now, I'm going to break it down. Now, you see how she breaking it all down, right? You pay $500 a month. That should be the end of it. No clothes, no shoes, no toys, no nothing, right? I'm going to break it down. You know Kenyatta Black going to break it down.
She can get the shoes out of child support money. She get the shoes out of child support money. That's what you pay child support for. The court ordered child support. You ain't got to do shit else. And she ain't gifting nothing else. She should have never took the...
Now, look. Context matters. Context matters, right? There are plenty of situations where dudes are paying child support, whatever amount they're paying, right? And they're looking at it like, all right, the court said I got to pay $500 a month. I'm paying $500 a month. Don't ask me for shit else. If you needed something else, you shouldn't have put me on child support. But see, a lot of times, let's be honest, that is determined by the relationship that man has with that woman. Did they break up on bad terms or not? You know what I'm saying? How serious was the breakup? You know what I mean? Like, you know, like my man Mr. Palmer would say. You know what I'm saying? Is she a baby mama terrorist or is it just your baby mama? Y'all got a decent relationship. You know what I'm saying? And even if him and the baby mama have a terrible fucking relationship, they don't get along for nothing, that's his child. You know what I'm saying? And some men are not going to let whatever upside down, you know, terrible relationship they have with the mother affect how they operate with their child. You know what I'm saying? Different men are going to approach this situation differently. But I'm going to break down what's really at the root of her problem. What the real issue actually is with this woman and most women, if not all women.
child support out if she needed more money.
You shouldn't feel like that, though, man.
Why should I feel like that?
That's my fucking child.
I don't fuck that child. Fuck you too. I don't give a damn about that.
I gotta choose between my child.
Now, let's break this shit down real quick. First of all, let's talk about the root of the issue, shall we? You know, there are some people who are of the opinion, and I tend to agree with this sentiment. There are some people who are of the opinion that men and women show their loyalty to each other in different ways. You know, a man and a woman who have a romantic relationship show their loyalty to each other in different ways. Some people are of the opinion that a woman shows her loyalty to her significant other by providing that man with exclusive access to her body. On the flip side, some people are of the opinion that a man shows his loyalty to a woman by providing her with exclusive access to his resources. Do you follow me so far? Some people are of the opinion that a woman shows her loyalty to a man by providing him with exclusive access to her body, while on the flip side, a man shows his loyalty to a woman by providing her with exclusive access to his resources. If you were to ask 100 women, 1,000, if you were to ask 1,000 women, what is it that you look for in a man? If you are going to have a romantic relationship with a man, what are your requirements of that man? I guarantee you, 999 out of 1,000, one of the first 3 things they are going to say is a provider. And what does provision pretty much boil down to? Money and resources. Money and resources. Women, and see, here's the thing too. I have never heard a woman specifically say this. I've never heard a woman specifically say this, but I believe that this is one of the reasons why, sometimes you'll hear women say that, they don't want to date a man who has children, or they won't date a man who has children. And I am of the opinion that this is one of the reasons why a lot of women will not date a man who has children, because they understand that there's a woman out there who still has access to that man's resources through his child. And women don't like that shit. Women don't like that shit. Women don't like that any more than we as men would like it if we were to discover that the woman we were in a relationship was still giving her ex-boyfriend access to her body. You know what I'm saying? If you were to find out that your chick is still getting smashed by her ex, you obviously ain't gonna like that. You're obviously not gonna like that. Well, look at it from a woman's perspective. Just for a second. It ain't gonna kill you. Look at it from a woman's perspective. Here she is in a relationship with this man. Now, understanding how important it is to a woman for a man to be a provider, how important a man's provisions are to her, and she has to sit there day in and day out, month in and month out, and stomach the fact that this man is paying $500 a month in child support. And that $500 a month is getting put in another woman's hand. That's $500 that could be in their household. That's $500 that could be going towards the rent. $500 that could be going towards some clothes, some shoes. Women love their shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's $500 that, he could throw her a little money to get her nails done. He could throw a little money to get her hair done. She's calculating all that shit. Any and everything that a woman can spend money on, the only thing she can think about is how that $500 could be contributing to what the fuck she wants to spend money on. You feel me? So that is what is really at the root of her problem. The fact that another woman has access not just to her man, her boyfriend, her husband. That makes it even fucking worse. Let's just keep it real. That makes it even worse. Another woman has access to her husband's resources. Now look, obviously, you know, an easy rebuttal would say, well, hey, you knew that before you married the brother. Right? Which is true. She knew that before she married the brother. That doesn't make it any easier of a pill to swallow. Again, flip it back and look at it from a man's perspective. It's the equivalent of your woman allowing another man access to her fucking body. You feel me? So for a woman, that shit is a big fucking deal. It is a big deal. They don't want to come out. They don't want to come out and just directly fucking say it. Because, you know, women don't always communicate directly like we do. You know what I'm saying? That is a big deal for a woman. A big deal. However, this woman seriously crossed the fucking line. She crossed the line toward the end of that little clip. We're gonna play that back and man, he's a better man than me, I'll tell you that.
What you talking about, man? My son needs some shoes.
I don't give a damn. No, she can get the shoes out the child support money. She get the shoes out the child support money. That's what you pay child support for. The court.
Now see again, her issue is that there's another woman who has access to her husband's resources. So she's saying, fuck all that. She can get the shoes out of the child support money that you're already giving her. I'll be damned if you give this woman more money. I'm already dealing with the fact that this heifer got access to your fucking resources. And I'm supposed to sit here and watch you give her more fucking money? I don't care if it is for your child. But see, that's where she's crossing the fucking line. Because first off, who the fuck are you to tell this man or anybody else what the fuck they can and can't do for their child? You feel me? Now, we don't know what kind of woman the baby mama is. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what kind of woman the baby mama is. You know, for all we know, she could be a trifling heifer. You know what I'm saying? For all we know, she could be a trifling heifer and you know, taking advantage of this man, and the wife sees it. So she's trying to put a stop to it. But if that's the case, why didn't she say so? She didn't say that in the clip. She didn't say nothing about, you know, she a trifling hoe, she taking advantage of you, this, that, and the other. Watching this video, it appears as though her issue is what I said. Another woman has access to her man's resources.
Child support, you ain't got to do shit else. And she ain't gifted nothing else. She should have never took the fucking child support out if she needed more money.
You shouldn't feel like that.
Now, like I said, context matters. Now, there are a lot of situations where, you know, men are doing for their child, doing plenty for their child, and a woman will go and try to, you know, put this man on child support, thinking she's going to end up getting more money than what she's already getting from the dude, and then mess around and shoot herself in the foot and only get like, you know, $350 a month or some shit. So out of spite, dude would be like, okay, well, since you felt like you was gonna go and put them people in my life because you thought you was gonna get more money out of me, you know what I'm saying? Since you was gonna try to use the court, use the state to extort money out of me, obviously you didn't give a fuck about me, right? So okay, you hold that $350 a month and don't you ask me for a goddamn thing else. And I don't blame men who do that. I don't blame men who do that. Because when you put them people in somebody's life, man, you put them people in a man's life like that, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're dangling, you know, the threat of jail over that man's head. Because we all know what happens if a man can't pay child support. They put him in jail. You know what I'm saying? They put him in jail. Even though we live in a country where you're not, where it's illegal actually for a man to go to jail, or any citizen to go to jail over debt. What do they call that? Debtors something? Debtors imprisonment or something like that. It's debtors something. Debtors something. Basically, it's illegal, for somebody to be put in jail over a debt. You know what I'm saying? Like if you owe $1,400 on your electric bill and you can't pay it, Georgia Power, shout out to all the ATL brothers watching. Georgia Power can't have you put in jail because you owe $1,400, right? But somehow, some way, that law doesn't apply to child support. Child support is the only debt in America that somebody can actually be put in jail for. Okay, so when you go to the courts, you dangling the threat of jail over a man's head. So I don't fault any man for responding that way. Okay, you wanted to take me to court thinking you was gonna get more money. Now you only getting $350 a month when I was easily giving you probably $700, $800, $900 a month. I hold that $350 and kiss my ass. Don't ask me for shit. I don't blame men for that. I don't blame men for that at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's like they say, you get what you ask for. You feel me? You get what you ask for. You went to court asking for child support. You only got a couple of dollars. Hey, that's what you asked for. Don't ask me for shit else. Right? But obviously, that's not the situation here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's not the situation here, and that's not the way the brothers carry it. So for this chick to be coming at this brother like that, she out of line. Totally out of line. She's letting her feelings, get the best of her, and it's obviously creating unneeded stress in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, this brother need to cut his losses and find himself a new woman.
Why should I feel like that?
That's my fucking child.
I don't fuck that child. Fuck you too. I don't give a thing about that.
Now right there, fam, first and foremost, now when I first heard this clip, I said, for the sake of the argument, if me and my chick went our separate ways and I got with some new chick and we were married and she said to me, fuck your child, fam, when I initially saw the video, I said that bitch would get divorce. I would have divorce papers in front of her by tomorrow morning. By the next morning, I would be slapping some divorce papers in her fucking lap. Then I thought to myself, I said, no. If some chick said that shit about my fucking daughter, I'd grab that bitch by the scruff of her fucking neck. Like a baby pit. Like a baby pit bull, motherfucker. I'd grab that bitch by the scruff of her neck and toss her ass the fuck out of my house. I wouldn't give a fuck if she was kicking and screaming. Fuck my child, bitch? You must have lost your goddamn mind. You must have lost your goddamn mind. Now, like I said, the root of it is the fact she has a serious problem with the fact that another woman has access to her man's resources. Now, what she understands is that woman has access to his resources through the child. So now she's taking her frustration and her anger and directing it at the child. that's a fucking problem. As a father, your duty is to your child. Your duty as a father is to protect your child. Now, people can say whatever they want to say about, well, when you marry a woman, that woman comes first. But when that woman becomes a threat to your child comes first. The wife can't be a threat to your child, fam. And at this point, this woman sounds like a threat to the child. After a woman says, fuck that kid or fuck your child, how could you ever feel comfortable leaving your child alone with that woman? There's no way in hell you could ever feel comfortable leaving your child alone with that woman. And if you are married to a woman that you don't feel comfortable leaving your child alone with, clearly you're married to the wrong woman. Clearly. And see, now I want y'all to, for those of you who saw my one of my last videos, 14 types and assortment of 304s. This right here is a messy hoe. Remember the messy hoe. Remember one of the attributes of the messy hoe. She does not care how her behavior makes her look. Dude said he was recording, right? And what does she say?
I don't care. I don't care if it's for YouTube, Instagram, okay, I'm going to put your business in the street.
And then proceeded to say, fuck your child on the video. Remember, the messy hoe does not care how her behavior makes her look. How does it look for a grown woman to be married to a man, having married that man knowing he had a child, but now you're saying fuck his child? How does that make any woman look? She doesn't care because she's a messy hoe. That is a messy 304 that this brother married. And I refuse to believe that there were no signs, that there were no red flags before he married this bitch. Like, fam, come on, man. Come on, man. No way in hell. No way in hell. But another layer to this, right? Seeing as how this was a brother and the woman in question was a sister. We can put sister in quotations because no real sister is going around talking about fuck black children. So we can put sister in quotations, right? Now here we have a black man who's paying $500 a month in child support and is also more than willing to dish out more money on top of it to take care of his child. Isn't that interesting? Because, and I say isn't that interesting because, for the last, 45, 50 years, black women have been running around telling the world that black men don't want to take care of their fucking kids. That black men are just running around here making babies and ain't taking care of them. Yo, fam. It ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Here we have a black woman on camera, so it can't be refuted. Here we have a black woman on camera telling a black man not to do something for his child. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? And that same black woman will be on the internet, somewhere in the shade room in the comment section, talking shit about what black men don't do for their children. That same black woman, while she sat there telling that black man what not to do for his child. I mean, the hypocrisy just, it knows no end. It knows no end. I told you there was some layers to this shit, bro. There's some layers to this. Like that 1 minute clip. There's so much in that 1 minute clip. It's insane. It's insane. That man needs a new wife. That man needs a new wife. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Again, after a woman says, fuck your child, and this woman is your wife, and she's saying, fuck your child, how do you leave your child alone with this woman? Matter of fact, not even leaving her alone with her, how do you even feel comfortable bringing your child around this woman? Obviously, this woman does not like your kid. At all. At all. But see, and another thing to this is, though it is innately feminine or you know, though it's a natural thing for a woman to feel that way about another woman having access to her man's resources, there's absolutely nothing natural about the masculine position that she's taking in reference to how she's now looking at the child. Like, you know, for those of you who watch nature shows, right? You know what male lions do to the children when they take over a pride, right? They murk the babies so that they can have their own babies, right? And truth be told, you know, men, you know, this is one of the reasons most men today do not want to get into a relationship with a woman who already has children, because bottom line is, we don't want a damn thing to do with somebody else's kids. We don't. In any way, shape, form, or fashion, we don't want nothing to do with nobody else's kids. You know what I'm saying? That's it's not natural. It's not natural for a woman, especially a woman who got with a man who already had children, knowing he had children. And now that you're with this man, and not only with him, you're married to him, and you have such an aggressive stance against his child. Like, there's nothing nurturing about this woman whatsoever. And I pray this man doesn't get that woman pregnant, or doesn't already have children with her. Because I mean, that would just be a disaster. But yeah, this man needs to leave. He needs to leave that woman alone. Serve her some divorce papers, cut your losses, and keep pushing, bro. Serve the divorce papers, cut your losses, and keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. For your child's sake. For your child's sake. But yeah, man. I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to the Black Squad. You know what I mean? This was a quick one. I saw this video earlier. I was like, yo, yeah, I got to touch on this real quick. I see what her fucking problem is. You know what I mean? But she definitely crossed the fucking line. Definitely crossed the line. Yeah, man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to yet another episode of Convos with Kenyatta. I want to take some time out to give a shout out to a couple of my biggest supporters. Shout out to XL Pro. Shout out to Illuminiki. Shout out to Maurice Go for joining the Black Squad and hitting the brother off with a donation in my last stream. I appreciate the support, bruh. Glad to have you here. Shout out to Yatta bin Israel for your support a few streams back, you know, and everybody who's donated to the Black Squad platform. I appreciate your support. You know, we're just getting started. You know, like the late great Kevin Samuels used to always say, we're gonna continue to build this plane while we fly it. You know, speaking of build this plane while we fly, yo, I hate editing. I fucking hate editing sucks, bro. Editing sucks. I spent like 30, not 30 minutes. I spent like 3-4 hours earlier. See, what you're seeing on your screen right now, that is not originally what I was trying to do at all. Originally, because you know, the subject matter is, you know, basically you got a married couple arguing, and they're arguing, you know, about him paying child support and he's trying to do something for his kid. It was a bunch of pictures I had of couples arguing and a bunch of other pictures of fathers with their kid, right? But that shit didn't work out because the finished product was coming out blurry. Because I don't know, I guess I edited too much, and it was, long story short, it was 3 to 4 hours of a wasted attempt at editing. I fucking hate editing. Fucking hate it. I see why, man. I see why a lot of these big YouTubers, you know, a lot of these big time YouTubers, they pay people to edit their shit. I see why. Editing sucks. Editing fucking sucks. Look, man, if I blow up, if I hit like, you know, 500,000, 1 million subs, I'm paying an editor. I'm telling you right now, I am paying an editor. Think about that shit, man. I bring this video out, let's say, in a little under an hour. I wasted about 3 to 4 hours editing earlier. Trying to edit some shit that didn't work out. And then I put this together like, all right, fuck it. Let me just make something work real quick. You know what I'm saying? Editing sucks. Just, man, that might end up being one of my hashtags. Just because I'm so adamant. I'm so adamant about editing and how much it sucks. I might somehow, some way incorporate that into my hashtags. Hashtag editing sucks. That shit sucks. Whoever does editing for a fucking living, hey, I salute you, fam. I fucking salute you, because that shit sucks. That shit sucks. But yeah, I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in. This has been yet another episode of Convos with Kenyatta. Go ahead and bless the Cash App, or you can hit the PayPal. It's pinned to the top of the chat. It's in the description box. Support the Black Squad platform. It is much appreciated. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, baby. Click that subscribe button. You know you want to click that subscribe button. Click the subscribe button and then click that bell icon. Make sure you're getting all notifications. And for those of you who are not getting notifications, do this. Unsubscribe and then resubscribe. Because YouTube plays games with people's channels. I already know YouTube is playing games with my channel because they're not pushing my reels in the algorithm like they should be. They're not pushing my reels in the algorithm like they should be. Even when I OD on the hashtags in the description box of my reel, they're still not pushing my reels like they're supposed to be. But it's all good. I'm gonna get around it. I'm gonna figure out a way around it, and we gonna keep this train moving. So again, I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to the Black Squad. Until next time, and there will be a next time. Deuces.